Hi, my name's Phil, and I'm going to be talking to you about caves and caverns in the United States, specifically the Ohio caverns. According to the NCA, there are 81 members in the United States of the National Cave Association. It's just a group of different show caves in the United States that get together once a year, talk about how their years are going, that kind of thing. Now, a show cave is any cave that allows tourists to come inside and take a look around, anything like that. In Ohio, there's actually 6 different caves, of which 3 are members of the NCA. Ohio Caverns is the largest cave in Ohio, which I'll be talking to you about here shortly. Ohio Caverns, there is a difference between a cave and a cavern. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. Caves have a natural opening up on the surface where anyone or anything can get inside, whereas a cavern is completely closed off. So we are underground, we have to be discovered, have man-made openings. August 17th of 1897, a 17-year-old farmhand named Robert Knopfsinger started digging into a sinkhole. Now, a sinkhole is just a low spot in the ground. Anytime it rains, that would fill up with water, and the next day the water would be gone. So Robert wanted to know where it was going, and he started digging, made his way inside the cavern. He became the first living thing inside, just like that. Now, originally the cavern was filled with mud, anywhere from 3 inches to 6 feet deep throughout the entire passageway. So in the 1920s they had to go down and clean it up using buckets and shovels. It took 3.5 years of work. They finished in 1925, and that's when it opened up as the Ohio Caverns. It was actually originally known as Mount Tabor Tours, or Reams Cave, after the original owner. 1922 is when Reams, the original owners, sold the property to brothers from Dayton, and they're the ones who encouraged people to go down. Paid them about $1 a day with buckets and shovels to clean up all the mud. Now, things you can see inside the Ohio Caverns, there's actually 3 main minerals that give the Ohio Caverns its nickname as America's most colorful caverns. The main mineral you see down there is calcium carbonate of limestone, which is just called calcite for short. Extremely common, covers about 4% of the Earth's surface. If you have well water at home, calcite's the same stuff that builds up around shower heads or sink faucets. It's also found in items such as spackling. It's found in eggshells, as well as clam shells, oyster shells, things like that. And it's found in Tums tablets as well. Now, calcite is what gives us our formations. If you've ever heard of stalactites and stalagmites, those are made up of calcium carbonate. Now, a stalactite is any crystal formation up on the ceiling. A stalagmite is any crystal formation on the ground. To keep the two straight, we like to say stalactites hold on tight to the ceiling. Stalagmites might reach the ceiling someday. So it is kind of cheesy, but it'll help you remember. And then anytime a stalactite and stalagmite grow together, that's what we call a column or a pillar. So you will see columns inside the Ohio Caverns about 5 feet tall. So there are a lot of beautiful formations inside. Now there are 2 other minerals, 2 other main minerals you see inside. Iron oxide, which is just a special name for rust. The exact same thing you get up on a bike or on a car, but inside the cavern it looks a little bit different. It's any oranges, yellows, and reds, all the brighter colors you see inside. It's actually used in giving videotapes their sound. So inside the cavern it builds up in layers. There's no wind or rain, no erosion to smooth it out. So rust builds up and kind of looks like corn on the cob or beehives, zippers going up the wall, anything like that. Any dark colors inside the cavern, like blacks, grays, purples, and blues, is manganese dioxide. Not a very common mineral. It's used in a lot of industrial settings, like making batteries, hardening steel, coloring bricks, anything like that. And then one last mineral you can see inside is chalcopyrite. There's only one example of it in the entire cavern, and it kind of looks like oil has been spilled on the wall. It's got a metallic look to it. It's kind of shiny, a little purplish black to it. It's also known as peacock ore, so there is a lot of color in that mineral itself. So, regardless of how much I talk about caves and caverns, you really don't understand or fully appreciate it until you see the real thing. So, caves and caverns are a little bit different than other tourist attractions. It is natural, so you don't really have man-made things like the Eiffel Tower or anything like that. It is something natural that we had to do very little with. But I would encourage everyone to come out and check it out yourselves. It is a very nice place to be. If you would like to, you can go ahead and request me as well. Again, my name is Philip, and thank you guys for watching. And here is my audience.